Hi everyone, we're going to be looking at a set of data today with ages of students. This is a group of ages on a basketball team that plays together after school. So what we're going to be looking for today are some measures of spread. We're going to begin with the range. Now, in case you haven't noticed, this data set is already in order from least to greatest. And so that will be helpful to us. To find the range, we are going to be comparing our smallest and largest value, or our minimum and our maximum. And we're going to find the distance between the two. So we're going to take 15 and we're going to subtract 11. 15 minus 11 gives us 4. That means that the range in these ages is 4 years. Next, we're going to find the median. Now, you've already practiced finding the median, so this will be a review. We're going to mark out our lowest, highest, lowest, highest, and now we have two numbers left, so our median is right in the center of 12 and 13. Now, some of you may know what it exactly is in between 12 and 13. You can also think of it like money, between $12 and $13. I'm going to go ahead and show another way of finding it out, where you find the mean or the average of the two. So you can take 12 plus 13 and you will get 25. Because it's two data points, you're going to divide 25 by 2. 2 goes into 2 once. 1 times 2 is 2. Subtract. Bring down the 5. 5 divided by 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Remainder of 1. Now we add our decimal 0. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So our median is 12 and 5/10. Some of you may have figured that out, thinking about $12.50, right between 12 and 13. Now, our next step is to find our first quartile and our third quartile, which represents a fourth of the data and then 3/4 of the data. So I'm going to clear some space up real quick. And we're going to be looking at each half of the data. So for quartile 1, we're going to look at the lower half of the data, and we're going to find our median again for this section. So I'm going to go in the opposite direction, mark through the lowest and the highest, and we're left with 12. So 12 is our first quartile. I'm going to label this Q1. And then on our upper set of data, we're going to find the median as well. Mark out the lowest, mark out the highest, and we're left with 14. So that is quartile 3 or a third quartile. Now, to find the interquartile range, or the IQR, we are finding the difference between quartile 3 and quartile 1. So our IQR equals quartile 3 minus quartile 1. And this makes sense if we look at the word inter, between, quartile, we're looking at quartile 3 and 1, and then range. So that means we're going to subtract just like whenever we found the range of the whole data set. So here we're going to subtract 14 minus 12, which gives us 2. So our interquartile range is 2. Now this data set has an even set of data points. So we're going to look at one more example that has an odd number of data points. We're going to go through the same item. So here I added another age. I added the age of 10 to our data set. And we're going to do the same things. They're already in order from least to greatest. So first, looking at our range, we're looking at our minimum and our maximum, our lowest and our highest. The range is different on this one since we have a new lower data point. 15 minus 10 is 5. That's our range. Now to find the median, or the middle number, we're going to mark out lowest, highest, lowest, highest, lowest, highest, and our median is 12. Now for our first quartile, Q1, we're going to look at the lower data set. We're going to mark out to find our median, lowest, highest. Our median is 11. Okay, that's going to be Q1. Now for our third quartile, marking out, our median is 14. So our third quartile is 14. IQ3. And our last step is finding the IQR. Remember, the interquartile range equals our third quartile minus our first quartile. So in this case, it's going to be 14 minus 11. Therefore, our interquartile range is 3. Now, right now we're practicing this just on data sets, but next week you'll be working on applying these same skills, but to dot plot